Okay, grade 8, we are just going to go through Secret Enemy, just analyze the short story. So Secret Enemy is a short story written by Julie Barker. Secret Enemy. So just a few adjectives for secretive. So it's underground, anonymous, someone that is unknown, unidentified, mysterious. And then enemy, someone that is not trustworthy, someone who is working against you. It's your adversary, it is your foe, it can be your opponent, your nemesis. And yeah, your enemy is someone who is dangerous to you as well. So that's just a few adjectives for the word secret and then a few nouns for enemy. Okay. So the setting for Secret Enemy, so this is a short story. It is set in a very modern era. It's set in this time now, this generation. And you can see that because they use cell phones, there's hacking involved, there's cyberbullying, they are always texting each other. You can even tell from the how they text. They use text lingo, text language, where the words are either in an acronym or they use colloquial language. It's very informal language. You can see that it's teenagers, they're still in school. It's set in a school in Alexandra Township, and it's also set in Notando's home. Okay, then the conflict in Secret Enemy. So the conflict is between Notando and Lorato. Now, these two girls made an agreement or a pact that whoever leaves the township for the suburbs will take the other friend with them. I want to ask you, do you think it is a realistic agreement? Consider their age and their circumstances. And then the conflict develops when Mrs. Simons offers Notando's mother the cottage at the end of the mansion's garden. A further complication is that Lorato waits for Natanda at the bus stop in the mornings, and that morning she did not show up. So Lorato was just waiting, and Natando never pitched. So Lorato then, when she gets to school, she discovers that Natando has relocated to Santon. Lorato knows that Notando fancies Andile, so she comes up with this scheme and she hacks into Notando's cell phone and she starts sending Andile all these messages, all these love messages declaring her undying love for him and how much she loves him and likes him and all of that. And this presents Notando as a cyber stalker, and Andile is not impressed at all. He expresses this to Notando and in no uncertain terms. And then Lorato's messages to Andile also present Notando as a cyber bully, but also as a cyber thief. And you can see that on page 98. And he's also very, even though she tells him it's not her, he doesn't believe her. He's doubtful that someone is hacking her phone. So then Figo rescues Notando. Figo is smart and kind, and although Lorato looks down on him, he assists Notando as he is very techno-savvy. He knows what he's doing, he's technologically inclined, and he helps her unravel the mysterious cyberbullying that is taking place. Now let's go to the climax of the short story. In the English class, this is where the climax happens. Lorato presents a speech on technology, and she uses Lorato's cell phone account to clearly display to learners who the real cyberbully is. And with Figo's technology skills, Lorato is exposed as the cyberbully. This clears Notando's name and shows Lorato was the cyberbully all along. Notando offers Lorato an olive branch, and this is her way of trying to reconcile. This is her way of trying to reconcile But yeah, she doesn't want to reconcile. And this clearly tells you that Lerato keeps grudges, but Natando does not keep grudges, because even though Lerato was the one that hurt Notando, Notando was willing to forgive her for what she had done, but Lerato wasn't. And you can also tell that Lerato is very proud, a proud person, and that's why she's also not accepting Notando's forgiveness or reconciliation or olive branch. Then the main theme is cyberbullying. Then it's set, another theme is township life versus the suburban life. You can tell how they feel about the two different areas. And then friendship and relationship is also a very strong theme that comes through strongly. Then lessons. Write down the lessons that you come across in the short story. I'd like for you to do this by yourself. Write down the lessons that you learned by reading the short story. And they are very different lessons. Don't trust your friend. Don't cyberbully. I want you to come up with as many lessons as you can think of. Questions. Is the story realistic? Can it happen in real life? Have you ever been cyberbullied by someone, or maybe someone you know has been cyberbullied, a friend or a family member? Are you aware of any organizations or people that you can approach when you are being cyberbullied? For this one, you can actually even research organizations if you'd like to do that. Then do research on the laws of cyberbullying in South Africa. So what can happen to you or someone who is cyberbullying you? What are the laws against cyberbullying? Okay. Very important. Do not keep quiet if you or anyone you know is being cyberbullied. The situation should be reported as soon as possible before it escalates. Now we know in the century that we are living in, technology is very important. You all have different social media platforms that you use, but it's also very important for you to know that and to remember to keep your identity safe and not to put everything on social media, and also make sure that your passwords, you have really good passwords on, that everything has a password on, that people cannot just go onto your Facebook or your Instagram. And also make sure that you don't give out any personal information, because that is how hackers can then get into your accounts. Okay. So I really hope you enjoyed that. This was a very fun short story. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Bye-bye, grade 9s.